Alright everyone, welcome back to yet another replay roundtable for this week. We are doing 3 of them this week. We had some really interesting races to check out, so if you missed the one from Monday and Wednesday, please go back and check those out. They are really good races. For this one, we're going to be checking out one of my races under my alternate account, and it's from Brands Hatch this past Saturday night. It's a really good race up until a certain point where y'all will see. With me tonight I have Andy.
Hello.
I got Big Daddy Hop Brian.
What's up?
We got Tony.
Schnitzels.
We got Gear.
Cheers.
And of course you have yours truly, Knightmare. So alright guys, are we ready?
I'm ready.
Alright.
Ready.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
This gas pedal leg's killing me.
Alright, so the entire idea of this race was to just go fast and don't crash. You know, move up where you can. Try and avoid penalties if at all possible. Although they're not as bad in this race as they could be, because these cars aren't particularly fast. So you're not going to lose a ton if you pick up a penalty, but it's better not to.
It's kind of like you're all going to the grocery store at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, all the grocery getters are out all at once.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Black Friday at Walmart.
Yeah.
Did you see? I mean, that right there kills me every time this track pops up. Is everybody wants to try to go, you know, 2 to 3 cars in that first turn, and it's very hard to do without catching into somebody and taking them out.
That's why I backed off right there, and right there as well. I knew it was just going to be chaos.
Oh, you got punted.
Oh, I got
crossover
hit a few times. I got hit a few times in this race. It was nothing major. It didn't knock me off track or anything like that.
And the dude that got around you is the
That
one
was
that did
some
the
hard
punt.
braking. And then he braked him real hard right there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, none of this stuff is stuff that I actually got mad at. Because, you know, these cars aren't particularly fast. You got to pick your lines and all that good stuff. So, I mean, I was just doing what I had to do to stay in place.
Yeah, that was very good on your half. I mean, most
figure,
people would end up hitting into him, and you actually stayed off of him. So
Yeah, I kind of figured I'd just I figured I'd bide my time and just kind of wait for things to settle down a little bit.
well, yeah, he's packing a 2-second penalty, so it's just a matter of time on him.
Yeah.
2-second
Big time.
penalty on this track is pretty crucial.
Yeah, but with these cars, it's not that horrible. Honestly, it's really not.
Well, yeah, because the speed of them ain't really there. So
Right, you're not losing a ton of time.
Now y'all making this car sound like it's a fucking trash bag, but it's not.
It is compared to everything else we drive around
I'm
here.
just saying this is the type of car you might want to go pick up an apple pie at your local store with. You know what I mean?
Gotta go pick
Notice a
up.
lot of body roll.
Gotta go pick up
in
the
these
toilet
cars.
paper.
Nightmare.
You better get that. It's selling out fast.
Yeah, no kidding. What's that, Gear?
Did you notice a lot of body roll in these cars?
It didn't
Looks like
roll
there's
so
quite a
much as it
bit.
just kind of pushed.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm looking at the ones in front of him, and they don't look like they got a whole lot of roll to them. They're actually.
I mean, there is some body lean to it, but it wasn't so drastic that it was distracting while you were trying to drive the race. And once you figured out how much it was going to roll, it wasn't that hard to control.
You just got to have an understanding of weight transfer.
Right.
And you kept a really good line coming through there too. So I'll give you kudos on that one.
I tell you what I do is when I go into practice, I'll chase around whoever's in 10th place on the top 10. I'll go chase them around and see what they're doing.
There.
Yeah, I do that a couple of times. But again, it's not like it's not like the Group 4 cars.
Yeah, it didn't hurt you as much as it did the guy in front of you though. He slid out quite a bit on that. He almost went off.
Look at that. Number 9 off in the dirt looking for daisies.
Yeah, he's chasing butterflies out there.
Milk.
But I mean, in all honesty, this was like a really fun race. It's just you can get some good hard racing in without causing a whole lot of trouble.
Well, I mean, the first turn in this one's difficult.
Yeah.
But not not to the point, it's going to keep you from doing anything. I mean, hell, you're pushing number 5 around pushing number 5 around the track. 2 cars in front of you fighting.
Now, see here, I get a little right there. I got a little aggressive. I kind of threw a shoulder into the guy in 6th place.
Yeah, but I mean, he was trying to force his way over on too. Though.
Yeah, I was holding the apex, and he was trying to come down on the apex while I was there. Right. And now this, I'm going to give
you throwing elbows. That's
and guys, I'm going to give a shout out right now to this guy that's in front of me right now. Him and I, we went back and forth for a lot of this race, and he was really good, and we even talked about it after the race, and he knew that I wasn't going to run him off. I knew he wasn't going to run me off, so we were kind of beating and banging on each other, but we knew it was okay to do. We weren't going to hurt each other in the process.
Okay.
Now, I want you guys to watch what I do here, because after the race, the moron that we're going to call out told me that what happened to me was karma. And for this entire race, I cannot for the life of me figure out what the hell he's talking about. I just can't. I didn't do anything to cause what he did. So just keep that in mind.
All right.
But yeah, like I said,
if you mess up, we're gonna call you out on it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I absolutely expect it. I would want you to.
But I have seen nothing. I'm looking. Trust me, I'm looking.
But I mean, me and Zalux are running side by side right here, going into that first turn. I messed up my braking point, and down the inside he goes. Gave me a little bump. I'm okay with that. That wasn't too drastic. It's not something I'm going to get irritated about. Now, I will say,
where you were sliding out, he had nowhere else to go.
Right. I will say during the race, I was getting kind of irritated because I had a couple people bumping me around, and he was one of them. I'm like, I'm about tired of this crap. But, had he wound up pushing me off track or something, doing something like that, then I would have been more irritated about it. But he didn't. He kept things under control. We both did. It was just good, clean fun.
And I mean, when you get 2 people that's running a good line like that, and they're running a stable lap like that, they're going to bump into each other. You're going to bump into. That's part of racing. But when you slam into somebody in a quarter, or you hit somebody in the back just to knock them off the track so you can take that spot, that's what gets me.
Yeah. See, right there in that corner before this last one, he could have come out wide and pushed me off, just to hold that position. But he didn't. He held his line on the inside. I came around the outside. No harm, no foul. It was just a good race. That is what this game needs more of.
Right. Need more of that and less dumbass.
Less kids.
Yeah, less of what we're going to see here later on in the race. I'll promise you that.
I mean, you're running.
I think you should at least have to have a driver's license in order to get on GT Sport.
Hey, man.
I just think that the penalties.
Number 5 almost lost that one. He was way out on that one.
Yeah, he got out of shape right there.
See, again, I kind of go hard on the inside there, but I was holding the apex and he kind of came down on me.
Right.
Yeah.
He came down on y'all.
It is not your fault that they can't hang a curve tight. And it's not your fault.
He didn't set up for the turn correct for one. He was on the outside trying to set up for the inside, or he was on the.
That was close.
No, that was nice. That was nice.
He set up completely wrong. So his braking and everything was wrong on that. That's what allowed Knightmare to.
Well, he allowed 2 cars to pass him because he screwed up.
Yeah, while I was running the race, I actually looked in my mirror to make sure I hadn't taken Zalex off the track on that one. Because I knew it was close.
I mean, this track right here, it might not be a very big track, but
It's got a lot of technical.
it's very technical, especially when you got, you know, 19 to 20 cars running
Speeding around
this
this damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the only places you really have to pass on here is in the turns, because
The straightaways ain't long enough.
Now, right at this point,
long enough.
yeah, right at this point, I'm feeling pretty good about myself, man. I'm running around with an 18 on my car. I'm running 5th, started 9th. I'm feeling good.
And miss your
Oh,
See, now
A
that,
little bit of contact.
yep,
That's all right. No
but I
penalties.
left, that door I left wide open. I would have, you know,
I mean, fuck, I'd have drove through it too.
right,
That was
That
exactly.
more
wasn't the
clean
door.
nudge,
That was the
though.
barn doors.
that wasn't really contact. That was more of a clean nudge than anything. That's just part of the line. You couldn't-
Yeah, that was just, to me, that was just giving me a little elbow saying, here, I'm here, don't come down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's been back here behind you, seeing, you know, the other one trying to cut in on the outside to the inside up against you. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you two ran a clean race so far, and it's just between the two of you.
Well, I know some guys, that wouldn't consider the way him and I have been racing to be clean racing. But I don't consider that all that bad if you're not pushing somebody off the track or turning them around or something like that. You know,
But when you're racing hard, you're going to have contact.
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way I see it. There are some guys who are more gentlemanly than some others, and I
This is off the track.
don't really consider that a bad thing, because you know you're going to get a clean race from them. But I do consider it bad because a lot of the time those guys are going to be a lot more passive than they necessarily should be.
My driving
But-
style, I think, would be a little more conservative, but that's just me, right?
Right. Yeah, you're a little bit more conservative than I am. I'm not going to
Yeah,
be
but on
dirty,
this-
but I'm going to throw a shoulder if I need to.
But I'm not saying anything bad about your driving style either,
No,
right? It's just
no.
two different people, right?
the turn that he keeps passing in on this turn right here, this is one of my favorite turns to pass on because it is wide enough to get through.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people do make the mistake, like they've been making, of overshooting your braking turn and heading to stay to the outside, and it leaves your inside wide open for you to
Right.
take. But like we've been seeing, you know, you got some people that even though they know that they're stuck on the outside and they can't get any more speed, they try to cut to the inside to take you off the turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or trying to give you a penalty is what they're trying to do.
Right. Because they give you a penalty, it gives them the spot for free.
Right.
I fed him this morning.
It is a good corner to set somebody up for a pass.
Now, how was your tire wear on this one?
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. I was kind of running my brakes like one to the front, so the fronts were wearing a little bit more than they should have. But for me, that was just the best way I could get the car to turn the way I wanted it to. So the tire wear wasn't horrible, but it did get noticeable during the last few laps.
Well, I mean, y'all catching up with the number 4 car.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
running normally.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he shut that door on you.
That's all right. I would have done the same thing. I really would have. If they don't have their nose in there, I'm coming across. I'm not going to brake check.
149, that's pretty good, bub.
I'm not going to brake check or anything like that.
Oh,
Look at here. See,
Oh, you
that was a
hooked that
nice
corner.
tight turn right there.
You hooked that corner.
And it gave you the inside line on both
But
ends.
see,
I almost went 3
but
wide into the turn. That's nice.
yeah, I get a penalty for that. I overcooked it and I got into Zalix and I felt really bad about it because I just missed my braking point by like 20 meters, and it wound up pushing me into him. But he wound up getting a penalty from that car that I was gone inside of.
The yellow
coming through, yeah, coming through turn 1. He wound up getting a penalty from that car. So him and I both are running with 1 second penalties. You notice what, Tony?
I noticed that, I mean, during that turn, the first 2 turns of that lap, that yellow car hit both of you to give you both a 1 second penalty, because the yellow car come up and hit you.
No.
And then you went into Zalix, yeah?
No.
He backed up, and look.
He actually, he got into me on that?
Yes.
Oh, see, I thought I just overcooked my braking point. I didn't really feel any contact during the race, so I thought I just overcooked my braking point a little bit.
No, he tapped you in the ass end. I was looking at that very closely.
Oh,
and
okay.
He tapped you in the ass end, and he turned that one that just passed you right now.
Yeah, Herbalist Dave.
And he hit you in the ass end. You went and you slid out a little bit because of it, and smacked Zalix, and it gave you the 1 second penalty, and it should have gave it to the yellow car.
Now, like I said, keep an eye on how I'm racing this guy.
Well, you're supplying pressure is all you're doing.
Right?
You talking about what you said earlier? About what you said?
What in the hell discomfort was that?
That guy right there, that was an aggressive move.
That was very aggressive. He hit you in the quarter and
he's trying to shove you off the track and everything.
He's hit him in the ass end the whole time.
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing. Give him a little nudge to let him know.
A little payback right there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was nothing to.
Well, he was hitting both cars.
Again, he comes down on me in the apex of the turn. Again.
Yeah. Trying to give you that 1 second penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two right there, they're not showing any respect or anything at all.
No.
They're not driving like they should be.
See, I got way offline there.
Off there a little bit.
Nice save.
Yeah, it is a good save. I would have been over there talking to the fence line.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about
around in fourth.
The really good thing about this car is you can get a little bit off track, and unlike the Group 4, Group 3 cars, it won't just completely turn you around off right. You know, you can save it.
All right. All I got to say about the two behind you is if you ever wanted to see what window lickers look like driving cars, that's what they would look like. One of them might be eating crayons. We're not really for sure on that. We can't see clearly into the car, but.
So yeah, at this point,
there's a good shot.
At this point, I'm cruising around in 4th place, man. I'm happy as hell. I really am. I'm amused at this point because I didn't expect to do this well in this race.
But again, I don't see. It's like he's almost. I mean, I know he's drafting off you right now, but the way he's been driving, it's almost like he's trying to set up to actually make contact with you somewhat too.
Yeah. They're trying their damnedest to get close enough.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to draft off of them to get close enough to make contact.
Well,
that's what they done all day too.
With Knightmare, that kind of looked like a.
That was
intentional. Trying to hook.
Right.
Yeah.
That was. He was trying to hook him in the quarter.
Trying to give him a 1 second penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you try to hook a car in the back quarter like that, coming into the turn when he knew he was setting up for the turn, that's very intentional.
See, I don't mind somebody racing me hard like this. This is awesome. I love racing like this.
Yeah,
but there he goes off the track.
He goes on the dirt. Well, that's just him over driving the car, though.
I know.
And then these two are back there making contact in behind you too.
Right there, I got it sideways going into that turn. That was a pucker moment.
But the whole time though that he's doing that,
he's over driving the car.
Right, but he's also him and the other drivers also making contact with each other to fight over the position.
Yeah, it would have been nice if one of them had, if he had picked up a penalty for it, because, you know, it would have been.
I mean, they was giving some pretty good nudges back there behind you too. So.
I noticed you hooked the gravel with your left rear tire on the top of the hill when you freaked into that corner.
Yep, that was another one of those. That was another one of those things that I picked up from watching Tidney.
Okay. Now here's what I don't agree with right there.
Right there. Contact.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that was partially my fault too, because I wasn't giving him an inch.
Yeah, but you had the inside line.
Yeah, but I wasn't giving him anything. So, you know, a little bump here and there. Okay. Now, see, that was intentional. That's intentional.
Very intentional. That's nudging you off.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
illegal.
It is. According to their own
videos, at least now
nudging you off the track is illegal.
Okay, so that settled my debate I was having. Now we know who's eating the crayons of the bunch.
Yeah.
Number 4 is licking the window.
All right, guys, it's coming up. Watch. I'm going to the wide view. I get a run on him right here. Tell me this isn't on purpose.
Again. That was very on purpose. He cut all the way into you.
I wasn't in his car, but he was probably on the throttle the whole time.
I went from 4th to 16th because of that move. Nope, no penalty.
That was intentional. He was turned into you before you got to the straight.
It was completely intentional. So at this point, I'm calling out Herbalist Dave as being a dirty piece of crap.
Yes, I am. I'm going to agree.
You
don't spin somebody in a
straight pit maneuver.
Yeah, that was a straight pit fucking maneuver, and now you got another car bouncing on you.
All I can say is he needs to do everybody a favor and pull his
bottom lip over. You don't even need to be on the racetrack.
Yeah, that was just that.
He was 100% on the throttle when he got into you and never left it once.
Yeah.
All right. What we want him to do is we want him to go home and slap his mom right in the mouth for ever having.
And at the end of the race in the chat area there, he said, "quote Karma got you," and I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure what he's talking about. I'm not entirely sure what he's talking about because I didn't do anything to anybody during that race, and I told him, I said, no, a dirty driver got me, plain and simple.
Yeah, that was, dude, he was driving dirty even before that. So.
I backed it up and went in his car. When he made contact with you, he was 100% into the throttle. Never touched the brake or nothing.
That was the only part about it, though.
What were his steering inputs? Was he turning right?
When he got into him, he turned his wheel toward him. I'd bet you money right now, if you take it back to where that incident happened, because you can see the way the cars are sitting, his front end was turned in toward his quarter, so he was turning into him. He done it deliberately. It wasn't an accident, because he was on a straight when he done it. They was out of the turn and on the straight part. So when he cut his wheel into him, he knew exactly what he was doing by sitting on his back wheel and pushing against it. He knew it would turn him out.
Yep.
And that's dirty driving.
That is very dirty, and that's one thing that they need to completely change on this. Is people that do that, they don't even need to be in the same lobby. Put them down in the E lobby at beginners.
See, this is one of the cases where I would think that a system like they have with iRacing, where if enough people report the guy for the same incident or multiple incidents, they actually get banned. Excuse me.
Hey, I got the perfect upgrade for the game. At the end of the race, allow your driver to get out and go over and punch him right in the nuts. That would be great. Can we have that?
Come on,
so what you're saying is not like Dale Earnhardt Sr. where he says, "I'll never hit another man in his race car."
No. We're talking more like Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison from the late. We're talking more like Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison, where they got out and just beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, go full on Tony Stewart.
Yeah.
But give him time to get up his car first.
Yeah, I mean that was just. I was so disappointed with that. Oh my God, it was just awful.
You was running a really good race, man. If it wasn't for him doing that, you would have been up there. I believe you would have finished in the top 5.
Oh yeah, I would have stayed top 5 unless I made a really bad mistake or something.
All he had to do was just back out of the throttle a little bit, and you
back
guys
out
never
of the throttle.
lost no momentum.
And not turn into him.
No.
Yeah.
He turned into it the whole time.
So I'm gonna call him out as a dirty driver, because of the simple fact is, if you look at the wheels, he's turned completely into you and into the gas, full throttle.
Yeah,
He is aiming to make you mess up. That right there should be penalized. You should have been thrown. He should have been thrown off the track. If you did that in a real life race,
but
they would not only penalize you, they would take your license away.
Right.
Yeah, they black flagged him in that race.
But let's not forget the fact too, though, that he is not counting on, and that is eventually at some point in time, I'm sure they'll run into each other in another race.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they would definitely take your car.
Oh yeah, he's dude.
Together, you might be able to race.
I just went back and watched it. He is hard right on the wheel.
Yeah, that's what I said. He turned fully into you. The whole front of his car, when he come out of that turn, he did not once straighten his wheel. He kept it turned into you the entire time.
Yep, full on the throttle, and hard right on the wheel. So yeah.
Fully intentional.
Yeah, there wasn't no accidental karma about that. That was straight being an ass.
Yeah, that was just.
Unless his middle name is Karma or Carmen.
Well, at first you got to do something in order for karma to even be in the.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what karma? I didn't do anything.
If the guy wanted karma, he should have been taking it out on the other guy that they was both beating on each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That Herman guy.
Because he wasn't in that fight. Yeah, exactly.
Herman, whatever his name is. Yeah, they were beating and banging on each other. I had nothing to do with it. But yeah, so anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of the replay roundtable for this particular one. So until next time, everybody, if you like what you see, like what you hear, give us a subscribe, give us a like on the video, leave a comment, let me know if I was right or wrong. If I had done something that you thought was egregious during that race and I deserved what I got on that, by all means, let me know in the comments. Hey, give us a 1 to 10 on how much of a momo that idiot is. So anyway, yeah. Say goodnight, guys.
Stay safe. Good night, all.
Yeah, good night, and remember, don't be a window licker on the track.
All right. On that note, until next week, everybody, this is Knightmare. Peace.
Was my best decision.